one moment that just sticks with you and say, yes, I'm happy to be a part of this community?
I think this is the hardest possible question you can ask, because every single furry con, every single online interaction, I have so many moments where I go, this is like the best thing that has ever happened to me. And it constantly is happening again and again and again. I think as a whole, I go to a bunch of different cons. I do like San Diego Comic-Con, I've done anime cons, I've done a bunch. Used to be like twice a month, but I'm too tired. But consistently, furry events, furry cons, furries, y'all are the best, most welcoming, artistic lovers, just enthusiastic cheerleaders I think a creative person can have. And it's hard to say any one moment, because I feel like it is all of the moments.
It's true. Okay, so I was giggling because my answer was going to be a little different, because my favorite memories at furry cons are probably not some of the best things to actually repeat.
Not till the 18 and over panel.
That's what I was waiting for. I'm like, do I talk about that happened that one night? No. So the nice PR good thing to say is, the best thing about the furry fandom, I attended a few years at the Canadian Con. The most heartwarming moment is when you get a younger furry coming up who's at the con for the first time with a parent. They come up to you, and me as an artist make fursuits. They're like, oh my goodness, I saw your stuff on Instagram and I've made my own suit. I was so inspired to do this because I saw all your work. And then just have my cool little dead heart go, oh. And it's super cute. And that's probably my favorite memories in the fandom, because it happens once every con probably, and it's very similar. You get that young furry who's so wide-eyed and excited to be here, and they're like, everybody's so friendly, this is great. And it warms the heart as an artist hearing somebody be like, oh my goodness, I look up to your work, and that's why I did my own. It inspired me to try to do it. And I feel like in the fandom, that's kind of what we artists are the backbone of, is trying to inspire the younger generation, because eventually we will not be here to do this, because, we'll find other things to do, right?
No, our bones just break.
Adding to that, you get to the point when you've been doing it probably as long as both of us, you're getting close, where you get people, they go, I've loved your stuff since I was a child. And then you turn into dust, but you are a very happy dust pile.
I haven't gotten that dust yet.
I'm just happy that I have fans of Avian Invasion who have never heard of Matthew Beeble. So like I guess like probably my fondest memory in the fandom has less to do with the nature of the fandom, our love for animal characters. And it's more of a musician-performer experience, but I first started I was going to some conventions here and there in the early 2000s, and I only started trying my hand at performing at conventions around 2007. And at the time I was living in Nashville, Tennessee. I was working the music scene in the Music City. And you have to imagine what it's like being male singer-songwriter number 8,010,475 in a town full of talent and just getting nowhere. Like going to open mics, nobody's showing up, that kind of thing. It's very soul-crushing. You can get gigs, side gigs as, doing cover bands, cover band stuff and, do country music and stuff like that. But it's all pretty soul-crushing stuff when you get into this business. As Dustin Hoffman's mentor once said, the reason we do what we do is look at me, 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 look at me. Like there is a certain level of professional narcissism involved in every performer. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing, it has to be there. The moment that I played FWA one year, it wasn't the year they made me GOH, because they brought me back a few years. I can't remember, it was maybe 2010 or 2011, something like that. And I just had an album recently come out called Goodbye Planet Earth. And we get to one of my songs during my performance, the beat, starts with this heartbeat, just this boom, 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 boom. And that's basically like the rhythm for the song. And I'm up there, you know, starting to play the actual piano part over my backing tracks and whatnot, and I feel the ground moving, and I look, and the first 3 rows, which is all I can see, because, you know, they have the spotlights in your face. It's basically like singing to a train whenever you're on stage. But yeah, the first 3 rows I can see, they're all stomping their feet, like, and I can feel it, and we're moving the room, and it was that moment of, all of these people are synced up with this thing that I made, and it is literally moving them right now. And it's just one of those moments where, you know, I'm up there just like, you know, trying to play this nice emotional song, and the little man in here is doing. I managed to hold it together, but it's after working the music scene, screaming into the void for so long, and resonating so much with this crowd of weirdos that are just like me. It was just this beautiful moment that I will never forget. And that's all I have to say about that.
Well, first of all, I like AV for putting the stage there to enable you to do that.